Hi, what are you into? What do you do for fun? Any interesting hobbies? If you have any, do you sometimes have difficulties pursuing them? Piano is one of my hobbies. I started teaching myself when I was 31. I had zero prior experience, no idea how to practice, but I started. Later, I became a parent of 3 kids and life got really busy. I did have some difficult time to continue. Today, I'm 54 and I'm still practicing my piano. My name is Tatsuya Matsubara. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 tips for pursuing your hobbies. Let's get right to it. Tip number 1. Choose what really interests you as a hobby. I know it sounds obvious, but I can't stress enough how important it is. Hobby is something you should enjoy doing, so you have to like it. Here is a simple way to see if you really like what you're doing as a hobby or not. If you really like it, the minute you start doing it, you will lose track of time. And even if you're not really good at it, you still love it. As I mentioned at the beginning, I started playing the piano at 31. To be honest, I don't think I have musicality. I don't think I'm a talented pianist. But those facts never discouraged me from my piano practice. Sometimes when I'm tired, I push myself saying, okay, let's play just for 5 minutes. Then I always find myself playing 10 or 15 minutes because I love it. Choosing what really interests you as a hobby is very, very important. Everything starts from here. However, due to everyday life responsibilities, most of us do not have the luxury to spend enough time on our hobbies every single day, which leads us to the next tip. Tip number 2. Maintain the momentum. For many people, including myself, hobby is not the number 1 priority. So when you are busy or have very little time for it, you're about to say, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it tomorrow, this weekend, or next week. But you know what? That's when you should try to find your own way to be consistent with your hobby. Let me share my story. 3 years after I started playing the piano, I became a parent at 34. Suddenly, my life got busier. Raising a child can be all-consuming. If you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. Since before becoming a dad, I've been working from home. So, balancing my work and parenting at home was really challenging. Also, my priority completely changed. Parenting was more important and actually more interesting to me than piano practice. So I spent a lot of energy and time raising a child. 2 years later, the second child was born. Then 3 years later, when I was 39, the third child was born. It seemed almost impossible to find time for piano practice. But the piano that you started learning at 31 is not like the bicycle ride that you learn as a child. If you have long hiatus, you'll forget how to do it and have to start all over again. I try to practice consistently. After all my kids went to bed and fell asleep, I connected my headphones to the piano and practiced even for 5 minutes. Of course, I couldn't do that every night, sometimes only once a week, but I tried not to stop. When I was tired after a long day and didn't feel like playing, I remembered 3 pianists to get inspired. Actually, even today, I sometimes do this. The first pianist, Beethoven. He continued to compose even after becoming deaf. And Moonlight Sonata is one of my favorite piano pieces. The second pianist, Dan Tyson. He had practiced the piano in a bomb shelter during the Vietnam War and later became the first Asian to win the Chopin piano competition. The third pianist is Nobuyuki Tsuji, who was born blind, but after years of practice, became a renowned pianist. When I think of their dogged perseverance, I have no excuse. I can hear the sound of piano, I can practice at home, I can see the piano keyboard and musical sheet. Plus, besides those three people, there must be many ordinary people who became deaf but continue to compose, who live in the war zone but continue to practice, who were born blind but continue to pursue their musical career. All of them encourage me to practice. I thank them. Through those experiences, I've learned one important lesson. If I say, well, I'm tired, I'm not going to do it, then I tend to do the same thing the next day. Instead, if I push myself and practice even for 5 minutes, then the next day I tend to do the same. Maintaining the momentum matters. When you are tired or have very little time for your hobbies, your progress is very little and you're frustrated. I understand, I've been there. But that's where your patience comes in. Do everything you can to find your own way to be consistent with your hobby. Maintain the momentum. If you choose what really interests you as a hobby, as I mentioned in the tip number 1, it won't be too hard. You won't give up. Actually, you don't want to give up. Tip number 3, set a goal. With having goals, you'll try harder, learn more, and reach higher. A sense of achievement will motivate you, and you will pursue your hobby more easily. But some people may say, well, I'm not that serious about my hobby. Perfectly okay, me neither. During my 23-year-long piano practice, I sometimes set a goal, but not all the time. Just playing the piano satisfies me enough. The most important is to enjoy doing your hobby. But I can say this from my experience, having a goal in your hobby will carry you farther, especially in terms of skills. And it definitely will help you pursue your hobbies. That's it for today's video. If you have any hobbies, please let me know by commenting. I want to hear about that. I hope this video was helpful. If so, please give it a thumbs up and consider to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck pursuing your hobbies.